Welcome to Hebron, the city of the patriarch, city of King David, city of Abraham, Isaac, Yaakov, and of course the mothers, Leah, Rivka. And you can see that we are in the center next to Adasa House. Kiryat Arba, it's the new Jewish settlement. This is another name of Hebron from the Bible. We just came from the cave of the patriarch Me'arat HaMachpelah, and we are heading now to the Hebron, which is now called Ishai Land's neighborhood. Ishai, the father of King David, is buried there. And this is in a way the beginning of Hebron, the center of the whole city. It's like layers of cities. City on top of a city on top of a city, and guess what? We have to climb up because of it. But you're gonna see so many beautiful things on top of it, then don't leave me. Meanwhile, please subscribe to my channel, be part of my family, and I'm at King David Street because King David was crowned here and he was the king of Hebron for 7 years, at least. Are you ready? We have to climb? Are we sure? Look at the beautiful old olive trees. The view started to be amazing. I can see most of Hebron of today. It's quite hot today, I must say. But it's beautiful. Oh yeah, you can see from here the most important place for Jews, even Christians and Muslims, the cave of the patriarch, right there. That's where Abraham and Sarah are buried. That's where Isaac and Rebecca are buried, and Yaakov and Jacob and Leah are buried as well. According to tradition, the first one who been buried there were Adam and Eve, the first couple, and this is not less than the entrance to heaven. And some of the Jews, actually a lot of them, believe that when they're praying, the prayer goes through the cave to heaven. אנחנו נרד אבל ביחד. האוטובוס בצד השני. כן, לא יורדים מפה. בדיוק. Are you talking about me?
כן, קוראים לך צחי שקד.
נכון.
בתקופה של הקורונה, נהיית סופרסטאר, ראיתי אותך.
עשיתי אמרתי, he actually said, no, you know, who is taking that video, and at the COVID time, I actually made a lot of videos. And, but now I'm not working, I'm making a lot of videos as well. Look at the vineyard. We're getting closer and closer to the ancient place of Hebron, the beginning of. Look at the beautiful olive tree. You can see the new olives. That's going to be the new olives. They will harvest it in October. So welcome to the another neighborhood of Hebron, a Jewish neighborhood. Another name for it is Tel Rumeida, but I prefer it to call it the ancient city of Hebron. Hebron, you can see the Palestinian area right there. 80% of the city belongs to the Palestinians or territory. And the smiling, it means that we're rich. Yeah, at the top, yay! I've been here many years ago then. Look how beautiful it is. Few soldiers, Israeli soldiers are taking care of everything. זה אבא ו... Woo! And you came with us, with the group?
Yeah, came with you.
And you knew that he's going to be here? You knew that he's going to be here?
Yes, I didn't know.
Yeah, yes, he said yes. Oh, that's nice. What a beautiful view. Look at the vineyard. Soon we will show you a little bit of the history of that site. But think about it. A Canaanite city, let's say 4,000 years ago. And then Abraham, 3,000 years ago, came to here. And they bought the land of the cave of the patriarch, which is right there. And King David was here, 10th century BC. And they crowned him as a king of Israel here. He was a king for 7.5 years here in Hebron. And if this is the only tale, because we didn't find a lot of history down there except of the cave, he was here. So quiet. It's so quiet. Oh, wow. We reach the tomb. Can we go to the tomb of Ruth and Ishai? Can we go there? Oh, we're going there? All right. And the Book of Ruth. And Boaz took, yeah, but in English, yeah. ויקח בועז את רות, תהי לו לאישה ותלד בן, ותקרא שמו עובד, הוא אבי ישי, אבי דוד. And Boaz will take Ruth, and she became his wife, and they had a son. His name was Obed, and he is the father of Ishai, Jesse, and the father of David. תודה לך. חשבתי שתהיי איתנו. אני מאוד אוהבת את ההתלהבות שיש בך. תשמרי את הגחלת הזאת. Then we are entering to the tomb. I know that in English it's supposed to be Jesse, but we call it in Hebrew Ishai. And Ruth, it's Ruth. And they developed it. It looked like a dump many years ago. It's so cool and nice now. Tel Hebron, remember Tel, layers of cities, Hebron, this is the beginning of it, and the tombs of Ishai and Ruth. איפה הוא נעלם?
הוא נכנס למוצב, הוא בתורנות.
וואו, אז אפשר להחליף אותו.
לא נורא.
This is the entrance. You can see that Hebron, the Arabic village, Arabic city, which is a huge city, is surrounded. The tell. Tomb of Jesse and Ruth. Oops, I almost fell. Here it is. Here it is. אני כמעט האחרון.
לא משנה, התחלנו, היה יותר פשוט, כי אמרו שאחרי זה יהיה לנו סיבוב יותר גדול. אל תשבו צבוע.
את זה שמענו מרחוק. And Boaz. And Ovad was born from Boaz, and Ovad had Jesse, and Jesse Ishai, had David, Ruth, chapter 4, 21, 22. ובועז הוליד את עובד, ועובד הוליד את ישי, וישי הוליד את דוד. בכוונה.
האוטובוס הספציפי הזה לא יכל לעלות כי הוא כבד מאוד. אבל זה לא אומר כמה לגבי איתו. זה פשוט יותר מקוצרת. יש קבוצות שמתאים להם לעשות...
Now, Jesse and Ruth are not from Hebron. We know that King David was crowned here, but King David was born in Bethlehem, just like at the place of Jesse and Ruth. Then what's happening here? According to traditions, not by the Bible, according to tradition, when King David was crowned as a king of Hebron, they brought them to here. Oh, someone fell. It's closed. Look at a beautiful view. And we are heading there to the ancient tell. Let me see what's happening there. Not a lot. I think that's the hat of the tour guide who took us. I hope that I'm not taking the hat of someone else. I might cut it into a few videos. Then now we're heading to the most ancient part of Hebron. It's called Tel Hebron. Tel, it's like layers of cities, a city on top of a city, and that was the most ancient part of Hebron at the time of the patriarch. time of King David, time of the Canaanite. This is security. We have someone who is taking care that nothing will happen to us. Look at the ancient olive trees. When the Jews bought it many years ago, and the Arabs actually used to work here, and they had a wonderful life together. 1929, that was actually ended, and there was a big massacre of the Arabs here, and more than 60 people died. And we're talking about a small community of, let's say, 500, 600 people. You can see the walls, Canaanite walls. Let's say Abraham saw it. You can see part of it. Is that yes, that's the wall. And when Joshua sent the 12 spies to here, they came straight to here, and they saw the people. They were giants. The Bible call it Anakim, which is giant in Hebrew. And the wall was giant, was very massive. Wow, this is beautiful. Right, this is part of the glacier of the wall from 9th century. Yeah, it goes like that. As you can see, it supports the wall, but the idea that no one will be able to catch it. And this is a tower of Rehavam. Yeah, now you can see it from here. You can see it better. And a tower from Rehavam time, and this is 18th century BC. I mean, that Canaanite city, that's what Abraham saw. Forgot to mention one more thing that he actually remind me about Hebron. Hebron in Hebrew, it's the covenant or a friend, Haver. In Arabic, it's al-Halil, which is friend as well. Then, same meaning. So funny to know that the Palestinian side is just behind the fence. Oh, it's a mikveh. Oh, it's a mikveh. The mikveh that you saw is one of the biggest, if not the biggest one in Israel. It's from the time of King Herod. And this is beautiful because that was outside the old city, the industry area. You can see the step street that maybe came from the ancient city straight to the mikveh, and you can see the aqueduct that brought the water to here. You can see that there are barrier, and usually there's today we know more than 1,300 mikvehs And 5% of them, you can see the barrier. Three barriers. There are only three mikvahs that we found. Two of them is here. The other one is in Qumran at the Dead Sea Scrolls area. We don't know why they have three barriers. Usually the two means you're going on pure and going out pure, and you don't want people to touch you. Burned kitchen from 66, 70. It's the Great Revolt. That's where the temple has been destroyed. And that area is called Tel Rumeda because the Arabs who lives here, when they reach here, they saw the burning area. And in Arabic, El Rumed, it's, as I believe, burned or fire. Then that was an area, industry area outside the wall of the ancient city. And let's go through there. There's another mikveh. If that is the 1st century BC, the other one might be 1st century AD. Behind the fence, it's the Palestinians' area. Wow, amazing, amazing. Josephus mentioned that the city of Hebron was burned down and destroyed before Jerusalem at the Great Revolt. This is very important. A mikveh, it's a Jewish ritual bath. The Jews must purify their body, not their soul. And by purifying their body, let's say the man every week, a woman every month, then in that case it's very important to do that, and to find it here, it means that it's a very important part. And don't forget that Hebron is a city of the Patriarch, one of the 4 important holiest cities in the world. And you can see that later on they turned it into, I don't know, a cave or water system, something like that. We found here a coin from the Bar Kokhba revolt, 132 AD. That's where Adrian, the Caesar, actually occupied Jerusalem, changed the name of the city to Alia Capitolina, and changed the name of Israel to Palestine. And Palestine, it's another name of Israel. No connection to the Arabic, the future Palestine. You can hear the muezzin now calls the Muslims to pray. This is the agriculture area. Look how beautiful it is. You can see the mosaic floor. There were 2 wine press and an olive oil press. And that one is. We are talking about the 2nd century until the 7th century. It's a Byzantine time. It's already the end of the Jewish time and the beginning of the Christian place. And what I forgot to mention is that Ruth and Jesse tombs were not less than a monastery at the time of the Byzantine, and later on a mosque. Let me go back to the. No, all right. Let me go back to the burning house, and they actually found here so many things. First of all, they found here. See the door? Let's enter to the small room, and they found here the lock. Now the lock of the room which means that if the lock was there, the key was there, it means that they ran away. And you can see that it's a little bit burned. I don't know if it's from that time. And they found a lot of pottery. And we know that that pottery is from the time of Second Temple. Then the Muslims are praying 5 times a year, and now we can hear them. Then we left the old city. I stopped the video because of the muezzin. It was nice for like 1 minute, but then it was a little bit still nice, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that you wanted to hear all of it. But now we are on the way to the spring. Now, if that is the ancient city, then every city needs water. The time of King Herod, aqueducts wasn't a problem. But at the time of the Canaanite, without water, you cannot live. If you go back to the city of David in Jerusalem, it wasn't built in the best place. I mean, it was controlled from so many places, but they had only one secret: water. Without water, you cannot survive. As I already mentioned, I might cut it into few videos. Then let me tell you that we are at Tel Hebron. At the view, you can see a beautiful lady, but I'm talking about the cave of the patriarch, the tomb of Abraham. Yeah, right there. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and their wives. And we just saw the ancient city from the Canaanite time, some mikvahs from King Herod time. And if you're now hearing it, but you didn't see it, then go back to my channel. First of all, please subscribe to it, and secondly, look for Tel Hebron, and you will see the video of it. It's beautiful. I must say, sadly, they didn't excavate a lot, only the outside part of Tel Hebron. Tel, archaeological place, it's like layers of cities, city on top of a city on top of a city. Hebron was such an important place. I mean, that way will bring you to Egypt. That way will take you to Jericho and to the Dead Sea. That one, to Jerusalem. It's only 300 kilometers from Jerusalem. It's on the highway. Then if you're talking about business, this is a business place. I mean, it's a very important place that control the main route of trade. Then we are walking through Arabic local houses next to the Jewish neighborhood of today. Look at the beautiful and old olive trees. Don't ask me how old they are, but look to the left, you can see part of the wall of the ancient city. Or not. But it's a wall. The tour guide told us that it might be around 800 years old trees, but it's very difficult to measure it, and I'm not sure that we know the real age of those beautiful trees. And we reached the spring. יש עוד איזה כמה, יש 10 לדעתי. קשה ללכת לאיבוד, it's very difficult to get lost. Not, all right.
עדיף שלא.
Why not?
כי זה קודם כל מעיין מסוכן. הרבה מאוד אנשים טבעו בו בעבר. זה 9 מטר עומק.
It's 9 meters there.
מים עומדים זה מעיין, זה לא מים עומדים. עוד רגע, תתקדמו. נראה שכולם...
Abraham Spring, Hebron.
שלא נלך לאיבוד, אנחנו עוד פחות מ5 דקות פה, אבל זה מסוכן.
Although told me not to enter, I cannot. I mean, he gave me permission. It's very steep. I'm not going into it, but I will reach as close as I can to it. Oh, lots of flies that I don't like. Wait a minute, let me use the flashlight, but now it will be better.
אבל כמו שאתם יודעים, שמעתם, זה נקרא עין אל-ג'דידה, העין החדשה, זה התגלה טיפה עכשיו.
There's nothing to see. Some people are dipping themselves here and using it as a mikveh. I'm not going to do that. No. I'm going to climb up. And wow, we walked a lot today.
זה המעיין של אברהם אבינו. זה אני יודעת.
רואים שם משהו?
Wait a minute. Abe.
כן, אני יודע, אבל מה הסיפור שלו?
All right.
יש לבנוון כזה.
English.
There is a whitish thing in here that makes it very clear. And according to the tradition, it comes from Mary, the mother of Jesus, when she milked. The water dropped on one of these flowers.
Ooh.
It's a little bit like the church in
The milk church in Bethlehem.
right.
And the name of it in English?
In English, I don't know.
No one knows. It's a flower.
סוזי, אתה יודע איך קוראים לגדילן מצוי באנגלית?
Agdilan?
גדילן מצוי.
Okay. Done.
ומה? כן, זה
Yeah.
גדילה, לא? רגע, מה זה החיה? היא התחלבה משהו?
We're going now through an Arabic cemetery. 3 of those cemeteries are next to the Hadassah house or to Romano house. If you watch my video, then you saw it. And now we are walking next to it. Oh, you see that it was a laundry day. Sorry.
אתם גרים כאן?
בקריית ארבע.
בכל זאת גיבורים.
ואתם הולכים לאן? למעיין. תודה. They are from Kiryat Arba, which is the new Hebron Jewish city, and they are going to the spring, Abraham Spring, and you can see the. Oops. Alhamdulillah.
الحمد لله زيك الحمد لله.
העולם.
من وين انتوا؟
How are you from?
I'm from Tel Aviv.
ג'מיל או ג'מילה?
Jamia. It's not so clean here, as you can see, and you saw the father of us throwing some garbage into the cemetery. Different kind of culture. Let's say it in a nice way. Then Romana House, if you watch the viewpoint video of it, it was there, from there. Then we made a run tour, and it's beautiful, and I love it, and it's more beautiful. We are now heading back to the bus and to the next stop at Hebron. That was another amazing video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Don't forget to send that channel to all of your friends. As you know, we are not working now. This is a tour guide for us because of the war. Then being part of my family is the best thing that you can do. Bye bye.